Little and broken, but still good.
By Wicked Rider on AO3. Episode 4, Chapter 4. Nomuri had been gone way too long. Maybe she actually managed to talk to him and found that they had something in common. Maybe Nomuri decided she liked him as well and they left together. Not that Hizashi should care. After all, he was just a parent of one of the kids in his class, so it's not like anything could actually happen. Although anxiety pulled in his gut. What if Nomuri and Aizawa ended up dating? Hisashi didn't think he could stand that thought. Having to be around them and pretend like he never had a crush on the man? Truthfully, that wasn't really a possibility. Nomuri avoided relationships like the plague. So realistically, she would just hook up with him and leave. Which would hurt him probably just as much. But Nomuri was his friend. She should know better than to actually leave with someone that he was sporting a crush on. Even if nothing could ever happen. Just as the DJ transitioned into a new song, in a very splotchy way, but he was trying to ignore at how amateurish it sounded, Nomuri emerged from the horde of people dancing. A girl with green hair that Hisashi had never seen before, and Aizawa just a few feet behind her. It took a moment before he noticed Hisashi, but they made eye contact and both froze. For a moment, he was transfixed with how good Aizawa looked, in a soft sweater and jeans that looked a little on the worn down side, but they complimented him just fine. Hisashi! Meet Emmy! Namuri introduced the new girl to him, which effectively snapped him out of his trance. Hi, I'm Hisashi. He shook her hand, which she accepted enthusiastically before sitting in one of the empty seats. I like your hair. Thanks, I grew it myself. She laughed, and instantly Hisashi knew he was going to get along with her. This is Shouta. Emmy pointing at Aizawa, who had made no effort to sit at the table when he approached. Hello, Mr. Yamada. Aizawa said, or should he call him Shouta? The rules were a little unclear with him being a parent and all. This is Eri's teacher. He spoke to Emmy. The Mr. Yamada? Emmy sounded way too excited. I've heard so much about you. Eri loves your class. The pieces in Asashi's mind started to click in pace. This is probably the other person that was listed on Eri's contact. Oh, I didn't realize I was famous. If only the high school me could see this. Emmy bursted out laughing, while Nomuri smiled at her. That was interesting. It was nice seeing everyone, but I should go. Aizawa spoke up. What? Shouta, you said you would stay for a drink, and you haven't even finished the one you have in hand. Emmy protested. You really don't have to. Hisashi was quick to reassure him. I just don't want you to get in trouble or something. Spending time with a student's parent. Isn't that favoritism or something? There's no rule against it, and I don't want to run you out of here. Come on, don't leave. Emmy had an honest-to-God pout on her lip. With a sigh, he finally took the last empty seat, which just so happened to be next to Hisashi's. So, Mr. Yamada. Hisashi turned to look at Emmy. Tell me all about yourself. I can't believe you are the one who got Eri out of her shell. You must be like the most amazing teacher ever. Hisashi could feel his cheeks heating up a little. Compliments were weird. It wasn't that often he received them, so when someone actually took time to actually compliment him, he never knew how to act. You can call me Hisashi. After all, I'm not your teacher. He didn't miss the gleam in Nomuri's eyes. That indicated how much she wanted to make a joke, but refrained from it. But I don't know how good I am. I just try my best. Eri certainly has grown attached to you, so you're doing a wonderful job. Aizawa was the one to compliment him this time. Something about the deep rumble of his voice telling Hisashi he did a good job made his insides turn mush. He would do anything in the world if he could have Aizawa complimenting him. Thanks, she's a great kid. You are one hell of a parent, Mr. Aizawa. You're welcome to call me Shouta. The smallest quirk of the corner of his lip was the only indication that he was smiling. Shots! Nemuri slammed her hand down on the table and stood in one fluid motion. We need some shots, and I'll go get them. Emmy, care to join me? The two women disappeared, leaving just Hizashi and Shouta sitting next to each other. There was a brief moment of awkwardness, where it was obvious that neither really knew what to say. But eventually, Shouta broke the silence. Are you sure you're okay with this? Shouta asked. I don't want to get you in trouble. It's fine. Really, it is. Hizashi assured him, flashing a brief smile. Plus, it looks like Nem and Emmy are hitting it off. Your friend isn't gonna hurt Emmy, is she? Nah, she isn't too big on relationships, but she would never intentionally hurt someone. So I shouldn't have to worry about where to hide a body if I needed. There was a playfulness in Shota's voice that surprised Hizashi. He chuckled. You got connections to the Mafia or something? Or something. Shouta flashed the briefest of smiles, and Hizashi thought it was beautiful. Kind of goes with the territory of being a reporter for the newspaper. I know far too many cops. Wow, that sounds way better than my job. Hizashi joked, and could see Shouta relax more, obviously feeling more comfortable in the conversation. I doubt that. It's an interesting job, but can get a little stressful when I'm trying to meet deadlines. At least your job, you get to have some fun between the stress. I guess that's true. Hizashi chuckled and took a sip of his drink. Actually, I've been meaning to talk to you about Eri. Just a little more about her history. I can tell you now, if you like. If not, I can schedule a meeting. Shouta looked at him with such an intense expression that there was no way Hizashi could say no. Instead, he nodded to allow Shouta to continue. I only adopted her about a year ago. I was her foster home for a few months before that, since I've fostered kids before. Shouta took a sip of his drink. I can't go into too much detail, but she wound up in a bad situation and was abused for who knows how long. It's one of the reasons she's hesitant around males. It took her a long time before she was comfortable around me. The police almost didn't let me take her because they thought it would trigger her, but after talking to her, she didn't want anyone else. Thank you for telling me. Hizashi had to remain from placing his hand over the one Shouta had on the table. It's clear that you are her father, and that she adores you. Not always, especially when she had to eat her vegetables. The joke was just enough to lighten the mood a little. Hizashi just smiled. Before they could talk anymore, several shots of glasses clicked onto the table, the golden liquid sloshing slightly onto the table. Nemuri started to pass out 2 small glasses to him, which was more than Hizashi thought it was going to be. She just winked at him and slid 2 towards Shouta as well. Thanks, but I'm not looking to drink anymore. Don't be a party pooper. Amy downed 1 glass without a proper toast. Just have one and I'll have your extra one, okay? He just rolled his eyes in response, but didn't disagree. The 4 of them gave a small toast and finished the first round. Hizashi could feel the burn of the alcohol as it went down. It had really been a while since he had straight shots, and tequila definitely wasn't his favorite. Shouta used his nearly empty beer for the second toast, and soon after that, they divulged into random conversation. Mostly it was Hizashi, Nemuri, and Emmy who talked happily, jumping from one story to the next easily. Hizashi wasn't particularly fond of stories Nemuri brought up from college, especially the one about him having to sneak out of the dorm room in the morning after finding out that his crush had a girlfriend back home that he never mentioned but decided to drop in for a surprise visit. But hearing Shouta chuckle at hearing how he fell face first out of the window was enough to make up for the embarrassment. In turn, he did get to hear how Shouta dumped his previous boyfriend after he insulted a beloved yellow sleeping bag he always had at the house. The story did solve one mystery Hizashi had. Too bad he was still off limits. Alright, but this opens for them to be a little more friendly towards each other because they've seen each other outside of the public area, not public, but professional area. So hopefully they get to see each other in a more, you know, hee ha ha light way. Also, they both found out that the other is interested in the male individual in the same sex, right? Obviously, Hizashi with his story about his college thing, and then Aizawa with the fact that he dumped his previous boyfriend over the fact that he insulted the sleeping bag, which, you know what? I would never insult your sleeping bag, Aizawa. Hee hee. No, oh my god. I'm down bad. I bought a lotion off of, TikTok. It's relevant. Stay with me. A lotion, a scented lotion. Most lotions are scented, of course. A scented lotion. The scent being that of Shouta Aizawa. It has coffee, vanilla, caramel, some other scents here and there, but apparently it's a really nice scent and a really nice smell. And I cannot wait for it to arrive, and hopefully I can smell it, because there is some smells that pass over me and I can't smell it. So, for a while I'm going to be smelling like Shouta Aizawa himself, and I'm going to be very happy about that. Super happy. I'm probably going to be applying the lotion daily. I'm probably going to finish the lotion. I'm probably going to buy more lotion. And then I'm going to be waiting patiently for, you know, the creator to maybe, hopefully, release a Present Mic lotion. I mean, they released a Midnight lotion. They should release a Present Mic lotion. I'm just saying. Anyways, but this is interesting. I wonder what's gonna happen next. Like, I wonder, are we just gonna go next chapter still in the bar? Or is it gonna switch over to the next day, in the next week? How is it gonna go? How are they gonna meet? How is this gonna play out? Are we gonna, you know, next chapter they make out or something, you know? Like, I'm sorry, I need stuff. I need them. 18, that means on, where would it be the middle? Hold up. 18 divided by 2, it'd be 9. Okay, so we are getting close to the halfway point, right? Oh, it feels so weird. We just started it and we're about to get to the halfway point as well. It's just, I've done 3 very lengthy fan fictions, so for it to already be at the halfway point is a little bombarding, if I do say so. But I can't wait to see. I'm expecting a lot. I really am. So, as always, my raindrops, make sure to eat, sleep, drink water, take your meds. Have a wonderful day or night. Link to my Discord server and socials are down in the description. Subscribe to see more of my content, and thank you so much for watching.